Hi guys, this is Pam. Welcome back to my channel. So I have 5 Quentin Bisch perfumes for you. I decided to do this video because I have actually been seeing a pattern with the perfumes I have been really loving lately. Some of them not even realizing that they are by Quentin Bisch. So that's why I want to share these fragrances with you. And another consistency with these fragrances I'm about to talk to you about is that they're all Sillage monsters in a good way. They will leave this sexy, alluring sillage of this beautiful aroma that you just kind of want to keep smelling, and that you are actually happy that they are lingering, because the more you smell them, the more you just want them. And I have gotten compliments from most of them actually, if not all. Now the last one that I'm gonna be featuring, the 5th one, I don't have a bottle yet, but I have included it in this video as well because I am planning 100% for sure I will be getting a full bottle. I have been wearing this perfume and I'm just excited. I'm excited to get my hands on a full bottle very, very soon. So let's get started with the 5th one, and it is in the 5th place. This is very hard for me to put in order, but yeah. This is in the 5th place because I've just had it longer, so I guess I'm kind of more used to the smell, so I'm not as excited, although every time I spray this I still get that feeling, that initial feeling that I had earlier when I first had this perfume. And this is actually Delina Exclusif, of course by Quentin Bisch. I have reviewed this a very long time, back when I was starting with YouTube. And I have actually chosen this, which is a very hard choice by the way, but I have chosen this over Delina because one of the reasons why this has one of the most beautiful opening ever that I have smelled. And there has been a lot of perfumes that I have smelled, and the opening on this one, I go gaga over it every single time. That opening is just so delicious. It's just one of a kind, super unique. It's got this fruity, incensey, just creamy, dusty, dry at the same time. Just so many things happening all at once with this perfume. And I do love I feel like this one has more of a development on me. The Delina original, which I also have by the way, beautiful, beautiful perfume. Sillage monsters will last you forever, even after you shower, even after you have washed your clothes. And it is consistent with all of these fragrances. Besides the 5th one, I have not tested it as much as the rest. Yeah, so this one, Delina Exclusif over the original, I like it a little bit better because it's got... somebody's driving their car right when I'm doing my review. Getting back to it, Delina Exclusif has more character for me. It has that kind of dusty, incensey, ooh, just kind of rough, you know. It has more texture. And I love that in a perfume. I do love perfumes that are rounded. I have nothing against it. But for a long-term wear, I tend to appreciate perfumes that have more roughness, texture, edges. And Delina Exclusif has that. Rose, of course, a very rose-centric. It's just amazing. Oh my gosh, that opening. And although it's in the opening, that thing, that my favorite part of this perfume, it still drags itself all the way to the dry down. It still maintains itself. Of course, not as strong, but it maintains its character. That opening beauty does drag its way down to the full wear of the perfume. But each stage of this perfume is just, it just gets better and better and better. Or, you know, like you could have just favorite parts of the perfume, but it doesn't mean that you like the other ones any less. You know what I mean? Highly recommend Delina Exclusif. worth every drop that you pay for. The fourth one, in the fourth place, is also by Parfum de Marly. Delina is also by Parfum de Marly. Perfumer, featuring Quentin Bisch right now, is Valaya. Alright, prior to Valaya, I have not been a fan of peach in perfumes. It's just something that, I don't know, as soon as I smell it, if it's a prominent note, okay? We're talking about peach as a prominent note. As soon as I smell it, I don't know, it just makes me nauseous, it makes me sick. I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, if it's in fragrances such as, I don't know, I can't think right now, like maybe like Mitsuko or like, you know, Shipra style kind of perfumes, I love it. Like vintage style perfumes, I love it. Because peach to me, it's just done very differently. A different facet of it is highlighted very differently than like modern perfumery, where it's very fruity, it's very synthetic, very, I don't know, like taxi kind of chemical taste and smell to it and feel. And that's all prior to Valaya. So Valaya does tend to have that modern take that I just talked to you about, but there's just something about it. When I first started testing Valaya, I had that feeling, but I went home, I had Valaya on my the back of my hand, and I forgot about it because I also tested other perfumes, and this was like a couple of years ago at least. And I was like, what is that beautiful smell? It's got this kind of rough and fluffy, dusty, powdery, but not really powdery, just some of it. And I traced it back to that hand, and it is Valaya. Anyway, I was already home when I finally decided, okay, I think I want that, because I could not stop thinking about it. Anyway, order it, and I have been very happy with it. And I have been wearing this one, but the dent is still not as much as I have actually worn it, in terms of, because you do like 4 sprays of these perfumes, all of these, you're good. Like, you will project, it will last you a long time. So Valaya has that peach note, prominent peach note, and now I'm actually kind of open to try more modern take on peach centric perfumes. But this is not just peach though, it has more kind of like an incensey, rough, fluffy vibe, which all of these perfumes have in common. So I guess that's just Quentin Bisch style. He's good with that kind of like fluffy texture that I'm just loving that feel, that texture. And again, I only realized it like lately that OMG, it's all Quentin Bisch. In fact, the last one I did not even know. I did not even know. I've already tested it, I was loving it, until I looked up about the perfume and realized it's Quentin Bisch. Number 3, okay, so my number 3 and number 2 could be number 1. All right, now my number 1 is just in the number 1 because I don't have a full bottle, but so it's only in number 1 because I want to talk about it last. But my number 3 and 4 could be the number 1 in terms of my most favorite. I know it's confusing. We're just gonna deal with it. It is what it is. All right, I have spoken about this one not too long ago. In fact, yeah, I did it on my whole video. This is a guidance by Amouage. Oh gosh, this perfume, I have no words. Oh gosh, I have no words how beautiful this perfume is. Just I'm trying to think of a good analogy. It's kind of like having a child. You can explain it, or if you see somebody who's a family person with lots of children and they're very involved in their children, you can kind of imagine how that would feel. You can see how that might feel, like especially if you're an aunt or an uncle, you're very close to your nieces and nephews, you have that feel of how having a children is like. But there is really no accurate knowledge until you have your own child. There is no words until you have actually experienced it, like produced your own child from the beginning. So I know it. We went deep. We went very deep in this conversation, but that's how I can explain guidance. I can explain it to you, but there is no actual experience. There is no actual truer words than when you experience guidance. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. I think it's either love or hate, or maybe they're transitioning between that love and hate, or hate and love, hate to love. So to me, I did not necessarily hated the perfume. I hated Santal 33. When I was first trying this one at the store, again, I have been smelling lots of perfumes. So as soon as I kind of got a sense of Santal 33, I'm like, I already dismissed it. That's what happened. That's my experience with this perfume. Until I kept trying it again at the store, until one day an SA gave me a sample. I did request it, finally sampled it. Again, she sampled it on the blotter. I was like, okay, so this is better. This is better. Reminded me of Delina / Santal 33. And I knew that it was by Quentin Bisch. Anyway, finally, let me just give it a try, because as much as I wasn't loving it, there was something about it I could not stop thinking about it. I keep going back to it. Even though it reminded of Santal 33, even though I thought about this, that, not necessarily all positive thoughts, but there's something about it I kept thinking about it. So I was like, let me just finally try it once and for all. Let me try it. And OMG, my world have been opened, and I'm so happy I gave it its a rightful chance, because guidance is... So if you're familiar with Santal 33, it's got this very bombastic sandalwood, and I've always liked sandalwood. Sandalwood do tend to be very, how do you say it, in your face. Like sandalwood would pierce through the rest of the notes. Doesn't matter how many notes you put in there, sandalwood will just pierce through it like a very sharpened arrow. You know, it will pierce. And then so it depends. It depends. Like if you don't have that good surrounding notes to support it, then it's either good or bad. But this one is magical. All right. Magical. This is what I wanted Santal 33 to be. Although I have been smelling Santal 33 dupes everywhere, just like every time we book a hotel, I go to Hilton hotels, because I just have like rewards with them. And even when we went to Ireland, the Hilton hotel there has that same kind of Santal 33 dupe scent, with their shampoos and lotion, and I had to buy my shampoo and lotion and conditioner. Same thing when we went to Disney World. We booked the Hilton, same brand of the Santal 33 dupe lotion stuff, and I had to buy my own stuff again. Oh, when we went in Paris, same, like this Santal 33 is following me. Anyway, Amouage, not like Santal 30. If you hate Santal 30 but you wanted to like it, try this one, and will blow your mind. It's fluffy, oh gosh, alluring, sexy. It does have that cumin, but to me, it could either turn you on or put you off. For me, it's an on. It's definitely an on. I love cumin in the fragrance. Beautiful, amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. But again, try it first, because you may hate it. But don't give up on it yet if you are already disliking it. Maybe your experience will be just like mine. And all of these fragrances, by the way, besides the one I don't have a full bottle yet, are in my Amber Perfumery, my decant online store, so please check it out. Alright, so this is my number one, my favorite, my current favorite, but again, it could have been Guidance. It depends on the day. But I just want to talk about this one. I've had this for a while, and I had no idea. I have been wearing it, I have been enjoying it. But one day I wore it, and I was like, this reminds me kind of like the dry down of Valaya. It's reminding me a lot of that essence, the texture, the feel that I would have with Valaya. I would be like, what is that? So this is some type of the sense that you keep kind of like when you're like a dog, just trying to locate or sniff the root of the scent, the cause of the scent. You're like, that's how I feel with all of these fragrances, in a good way. And the perfume I'm talking to you about right now is Tubéreuse Astrale by Maison Crivelli, and this is actually an extrait de parfum concentration. The rest here are all eau de parfum, but this is extrait de parfum. My favorite white floral is a tuberose. So tuberose, actually, let's read the notes. Let's read the notes in this one. Listen, top notes cinnamon, middle notes tuberose, osmanthus, base notes musk vanilla. I'm actually surprised it doesn't have that kind of incensey fluff notes to it. Not that incense fluff is a real note. I'm talking about something incensey. Because it definitely give me that vibe. Now, tuberose and osmanthus done in the most harmonious, most perfect blended. Gosh, it's just perfectly married. They're like two become one. Because I like osmanthus, all right, but sometimes osmanthus to me also tend to overpower other notes. So this actually to me is not super tuberose. So if you want a tuberose perfume without it being bombastic, without it bombarding the whole experience of the scent, this is probably the one for you. Now, if you are looking for like, I want it to smell like the flower, I want it to smell like tuberose, it's not gonna be this perfume, because the tuberose here is taken back. It's held a little bit down by the osmanthus, because again, osmanthus is very, to me, the way I have experienced osmanthus, it likes to be in the center, of attention. But I guess you put two things together, tuberose, which also loves to be the center of attention, with osmanthus, which has the same characteristics, then it's perfection. Perfection. I cannot. Oh my gosh, it's sweet, because tuberose has that sweetness. Gosh, with that creamy osmanthus, kind of apricot-y, buttery. The musk is perfect. I did not even realize that there's musk here, but now that I've read it, I can pick it up. But it's not musky. It does have the musk, but it's not gonna be, oh, this perfume is so heavy on the musk. It's not gonna be like that. It's just perfect. I cannot explain it to you. It's beautiful. It's divine. It's glorious. Perfect. The sillage is amazing. So this is what I would say. If you love Valaya, 97%. Let's give a little bit of a room there. 97% you're gonna love Tubéreuse Astrale. If you don't even like Tubéreuse, try it, because it's not gonna be like wearing cardinal flower type of Tubéreuse. So this is amazing. 2-3 sprays, you're set. All right, so the number one in terms of the last one, which is also my favorite right now, all of these are my favorite right now, my favorites right now, is this one, which in fact, let me show you first. I know there's a lot of suspense, that's part of the game. I actually got a discover set of Balmain because I heard about Carbone. So Balmain is a French designer house. I don't really have any experience with them, but I got really curious. And OMG, when I first sprayed Carbone, all right, let me see my sample here. There you go. I did, because there's a lot. I was testing all at the same time. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 samples in here. So I was kind of doing 1, 2 sprays per sample. I was okay with it at first. I was like, all right, okay, that's good, not so bad. But the love happened once I started kind of working around the house, doing dishes, folding laundry, stuff like that. And this thing keeps hitting me in my nose. Like, it keeps projecting. And I remember just spraying like a couple max. And it keeps coming to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that thing's beautiful. And I smell of it. Is that it? That is it. So the beauty of Carbone for me, not that the up close is not good, but it's in that sillage, it's in that projection, what you get in the air. Once it's gotten into the molecules of the air and then it hits your nose, that is the beauty of this perfume. Now, it's also very good up close. All right, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not beautiful up close. I'm just saying that the sillage, the projection is even better. Which reminded me, the first time that I did test this up close, when I would sniff it like that, actually reminded me a lot of Santal Parosa by Guerlain. It's very, very woody. Yeah, it's not as rough though. This one has a lot of very kind of dry slash wet. It's kind of like something that's wet and it's almost dry. But not completely 100% dry. It's still got that moisture content type of wood on Santal Parosa. I do want to read you the notes of Carbone by Balmain. Alright, it's a floral woody musk. Sadly, 3.68 out of 5 on Fragrantica. Wow, okay. I don't feel that way, but I respect it. White musk, suede, rose, sandalwood, patchouli, and cumin. So, to cut the long story short, this is you do get the cumin, sandalwood, and something woody, other than sandalwood, like something like, I don't know, like the texture of a wood, because sandalwood to me has it's very round and sweet and syrupy. It tends to have like that, whereas like Santal Parosa, for example, you do feel that the ridges of a bark. You feel that the barky, woody, dry, pokey, pointy textures of a wood. With sandalwood, you just kind of get the essence of it. Like, it's just kind of like the oil. So when I say woody, I'm talking about the texture, that kind of pointy, pokey, dryish kind of texture. You do pick that up with this one. So the way I would explain Balmain Carbone is, if you mix Santal Parosa by Guerlain, if you've smelled it, another beautiful, very unisex woody perfume, mix that up with guidance. So I would say like maybe 60% Santal Parosa with 40% guidance. That's this thing. And I am not spraying so much of this one because I've been testing a lot of perfumes lately. Also, because I only have the small one, this mini, this one, and I do have another 2 ml. Oh, it's 1.5. But you spray 2 sprays from the sample. it's amazing, the performance. It's just like you will get your I don't even know how much this is, but whatever it is, you will get what you pay for. So yes, I will be getting a bottle of it. I'm going to Paris next month and Italy. I'm actually going to Esxence for the first time. I'm very nervous because I don't do well with crowds. I tend to get overwhelmed. But I guess if I plan it well, I kind of, what do you call this? Prepare which one I want to visit first. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best to plan it, be more organized on how I want to do my visit. Yeah, so I'm gonna be there and I'm planning to buy whatever perfumes I've been wanting to buy. I'm kind of holding off because when you go to Europe or when you order from Europe, they're 95% of the time they're gonna be way cheaper. And if I'm going to Paris, which I am, I'm planning to go to the store, actually to the Balmain store, and try other stuff they have in their discovery sets. I already have 3 that I want to buy, including the Carbone. The other one is Rouge. And guess who the perfumer is? Quentin Bisch. Is that right? Let me double check. Hold on. I don't want to give you false information. It is Quentin Bisch. I don't know if he's the perfumer of all of these ones, but those are the only 2 ones that I've looked up. The other one that I've been really enjoying, I'm just not like 100% yet, is Cold. Is it Ivory? Gosh, I don't know. It's like Ivoire or Ivory. I don't remember. Something like that. And that one I really like from the whole collection. There's another one. So anyway, highly recommend this brand. If you haven't checked it out yet. Again, I don't have a full bottle yet, but I will be buying 1 or 2 for sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed this featuring of Quentin Bisch, a perfumer, which I'm really enjoying lately. I did not even realize that. Do you have a favorite perfumer? Who is your favorite or one of your favorites? And what fragrance do you like from that perfumer? I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button now. If you like any part of this video, please hit that not the subscribe. Yes, subscribe for sure. Please subscribe, but hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button. And yeah, I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye.